the dog.
Aaron Whitlow, welcome to the Market Movie Podcast. And on today's episode, we are doing Wrestling with the Marks. Specifically, I wanted to talk about Royal Rumble 2025. Um, I was able to watch it this past Saturday. A few years ago, when the Royal Rumble was in St. Louis, me and a buddy of mine, a couple buddies of mine, was able to go down to experience the Royal Rumble in St. Louis, which was an awesome experience. If I'm mad that we didn't get to go see it in Indianapolis, it would have been a really cool experience. But hopefully, we get WrestleMania in Nashville sometime in the near future. But yeah, I just want to welcome you all to the podcast today. We're going to be talking about Royal Rumble 2025. And let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm not going to keep you long, but I want to keep you right. So let's go ahead and jump into it with the very first match of the evening. It was the Women's Royal Rumble match. Number one, coming into the ring was Io Sky, and number two was Liv Morgan. Now, let me first say this: I haven't watched I haven't watched the product in quite some time. I haven't watched Raw like that. I did watch the inaugural Netflix Raw, a little bit of it. I didn't see all of it. I saw Penta and well, no, I saw the Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. I saw that match, which was interesting. I'm a fan. I'll talk about it later when I get to the actual Royal Rumble match. But I haven't watched the product in many months. Really, I haven't watched Raw. I haven't watched SmackDown. I haven't watched TNA, nor have I watched NXT, which is WWE still. I haven't watched any of those things, and so I was excited to kind of see what was happening. We start off with the Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble match. The winner of this match was Charlotte Flair. She won. She won the match. There was some interesting things, interesting standouts that I saw. Zoe Stark, I thought she was excellent. I always liked. I always like. Um, what's her name? Not Sonya Deville, but uh, Shayna Baszler. I always liked her. Um, Another standout was Jordan Grace. She was from originally from TNA. She's now with WWE. I thought that she was excellent in the Royal Rumble. I enjoyed her. Uh, I was I was hoping for a surprise entrance. Like I'm be honest. I was waiting for the uh Lita music to hit, and I was hoping to see Lita. That I think that would have been better than uh Nikki Bella. I'm not a huge Nikki Bella fan, so I wish that was a surprise entrance. I wasn't even that fond of getting Trish Stratus in the Rumble. I thought that they could have went a different route. It'd been interesting to see someone else come up in there. It'd been cool, but it is what it is. Uh, how do I feel about Charlotte Flair winning? It's inevitable that she was gonna win. I guess. I like Charlotte Flair. I'm not a huge Charlotte Flair fan. Uh, I think that it's kind of played out at this point with her, but nevertheless, she won. Uh, I don't. I'm not a big Nia Jax person, and I think that they should give it a rest and try to stop making Nia Jax a thing. It's in my opinion. Nothing against Nia Jax as a human, but it's just as a character, I just I'm not a big fan. I'm not really sold on Nia Jax. Uh, let's see. Next match would be the WWE Tag Team Championships with DIY uh, versus Motor City Machine Guns. Once again, I'm familiar with DIY via NXT whenever they were on NXT, and then uh, Ciampa like turned heel, and there was a good little little run that they had, a good little feud they had. Motor City Machine Guns, I'm familiar with them via TNA. I was been a big fan of TNA from way back when they had the six-sided ring uh, with AJ Styles was being just as awesome with Hell Saban with all that stuff. So it was interesting to see Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley uh, in this match. I wasn't. I thought that the audience was dead during this match, um, but they kept the action going, and I thought it was a stellar match. Of course, but the end of it has the Street Profits. Uh, I don't know if they're turning heel. I don't know. I'm not familiar with them, so I don't know much about them. They remind me of Crime Time. I said it. They remind me of Crime Time. I don't know if that's their gimmick. I don't know what. And there's another similar team in AEW that is very similar to them. I don't. If they were both standing in front of me, I wouldn't know who was on whose team. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I haven't watched it in a long time. But nevertheless, they run interference. DIY defeats Motor City Machine Gun at a three falls match, um, and retain the titles. It's setting up for an interesting maybe triple threat match, tag team match at hopefully WrestleMania maybe. Or it could go somewhere else. But I'm glad that the tag team division, at least on SmackDown, is is doing a great job. Next match, which is in my opinion the match of the night, which is in my opinion also it. I don't know. You can argue with me if you want to comment. Comment. Let me know. I think that the undisputed WWE Championship match with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens is probably one of the best ladder matches in recent years. I would never say that it's better than the. I don't know. Would you consider the TLC match with Edge and Christian, Hardys, and the Dudley Boys as a true ladder match, or do you consider the TLC genre or type of match or stipulation as its own entity? Uh, but which obviously we know Shine and Razor was the first recognized ladder match, but I feel like this match was great. Kevin Owens was strong throughout the most of the match. He kept dominating Cody Rhodes. There's a moment where they went into the crowd, and it was interesting. It was somebody said it's more of a fight, which was it's the energy it gave. Kevin Owens is uh, is a future Hall of Famer, man. In my opinion, I like Kevin Owens more than I like Cody Rhodes. I know it's sacrilege to say, but I think Kevin Owens is a better worker. Uh, I like Cody. I'm glad he's came as far up as he has. I'm glad that Cody has rebound from dashing Cody Rhodes from the Stardust or whatever that was. I'm glad that he has rebound from those type of gimmicks and now he's this. But uh, we need a heel Cody eventually. It's what we're gonna need. I know they're trying to. I mean, he's over as a baby. He's over as a baby, but we need a heel Cody eventually. But Kevin Steen is excellent in this match. I think that that bump they took at the end was a scary looking bump. Uh, I was concerned for his if he was alive, but he did an excellent job, man. And that's what I think is a great match. The finish of the match is obviously uh Rhodes climbed up and got both titles. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I'm gonna try to watch Raw tonight to see if anything happens. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. It's kind of like the NBA for me. When it gets playoff season, playoff time frame, I check in, man. I'm ready to see All Star, all that stuff. I'm ready to check in and see what happens. Um, Before then, I will, kind of look in on it, like check and make sure they ain't fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like you looking on kids, like, hey, what y'all doing? Y'all good? All right. I'm just playing. You got to be more mindful and watching people. Anyway, Rose won. Where do they go from here? Uh, I can see with how the Rumble played out, the men's Rumble played out. I can see Cody Rhodes versus John Cena uh, for the title at WrestleMania, which would be a great WrestleMania match. Uh, which it looked like baby versus baby, but I think that maybe Cody would uh, turn into the nightmare element of the American Nightmare. I don't know, but it'd be interesting to see that. Elimination Chamber should be excellent, by the way. I can't wait to come back here with you all to talk about that show whenever it happens. Men's Royal Rumble match. 30 men enter, one will win. Who will it be? First person uh, on the floor would be Mr. 619 himself, Rey Mysterio, drawing number one. Number two was Chad Gable. No, Penta, and then Chad Gable. So I I'm not too familiar with Penta. I remember him in AEW, uh, at his inaugural run. But he was very, although he botched his so he was supposed to go over the ropes, dangle, pull back in, you know, but he both feet touch the ground, man. You're eliminated. You're eliminated, sir. But we're gonna act like that didn't happen. Men in Black style. We're gonna act like it never happened. So okay, it didn't happen according to, I guess, the public. Um, so he's eliminated. Uh, no, he's not eliminated. Chad Gable comes in. We get Chad Gable. Then we have a lot of people to come in. The main standout to me is Braun Breaker. Uh, he was excellent, man. I was so surprised with him. I like Ludwig Kaiser when he came in. He kind of snuck about and then entered. I thought he was good. Also, that Chelsea Green was excellent in the women's Royal Rumble as well. Um, and then Roman Reigns was in there. There was a lot of stuff. Finn Balor was wasted space. Shinsuke was kind of wasted to me. The standout in the men's Royal Rumble, in my opinion, was Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. That man has star potential written all over him. I can see this guy headlining WrestleMania a few years down the road, man. I can see him being a beast. He reminds me of a Yokozuna, like his presence, his domination. He reminds me of Umaga. Just and is he Umaga's son? Because he's excellent, man. I don't know if he's Umaga's son. He kind of gives me Umaga vibes. So let me know. Educate me on his relation to the Samoan dynasty. But I was hoping Fatu won, but he didn't, and I'm okay with it. How do I feel about Jimmy J? I'm sorry, Jay Uso Also Braun Strowman was in it. He was talent too. Uh, how do I feel about Jay versus uh how do I feel about Jay versus John Cena in the conclusion? Let's pause this. All right, anyway, how do I feel about that? I felt all right, I felt that it was I can understand why people was mad that Cena didn't win. But I'm more excited that Jay Uso won. But I feel like if he's really gonna pull off WrestleMania against Gunther, which I love Gunther. I am a mark for Gunther. Gunther, as Samantha used to say. I'm a mark for him. If he if he is to pull that off believably, uh, he has to have more than a yeets and sweet chin music. He needs more. I hate that the super kick has become such a throwaway move. I hate that. Shawn Michaels made the super kick like a dominating move. Like if you take a sweet chin music from Shawn Michaels, it's curtains. I wish that it had that type of um, you know power again. But how do I feel about Jay eliminating Cena and becoming the Royal Rumble winner 2025? I feel good about it. Like I said, I can't wait to see what happens. It'll be wasted if he doesn't win the title from Gunther, but also I like Gunther, and so he has to drop it eventually. Uh, who? What's my overall score for the Rumble? I'll give it overall. I give it a B. I give it a B. I felt like it wasn't bad. I felt like it kept me interested, kept me wanting to see more. Uh, and it has me wanting to see Raw tonight. So if that tells you anything, so I give it a B. Um, I just wanted to come on and pop in uh and talk to you all about my thoughts about the Royal Rumble 2025. Uh, join me next week. I'm gonna hopefully see some movies maybe this weekend. Uh, I want to see Presence. I want to see. I still kind of want to see the Wolfman movie. I still want to see that companion movie. There's some things I want to see. So join me next week. Hopefully I can watch something in the theaters and then come back with a review. I will have a review for you for what's it called Dogman. I took my grandkid to watch it. She seemed to like it. I seem to have fallen asleep a few times. If it tells you anything, uh, but yeah, the animation was great. But I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on that movie. But I thank you all for paying attention. Let me know if you want more wrestling content. Let me know if you want more wrestling content. I will be down to do that. I can also review older wrestling events. I would like to get a Patreon or something started. I want to find a way where I can watch something and simulcast and react to what I'm watching. So if y'all have insight on that, let me know as well. Once again, Aaron Whitlow from the Mark Out Movie Podcast. Thank you for marking out with us on this episode.